Today we're going to review the LEGO Movie Essential Guide. This is published by Dorling Kindersley and written by Hannah Dolan. I do apologize if I go through this book very fast, but I want to get through some of the main points in it without going too much into detail on every page. If you want to see certain pages in more detail, let me know in the comments, or you can also see this book by itself at your local stores such as Toys R Us, Barnes & Noble, and other places that carry your kids' books. This book is $13 and it's well worth it to me. I think this is a really great book for summarizing some of the main points of the LEGO Movie, and also gives you better details about the characters and the areas that are involved in the movie. Not all of them are mentioned, and there are a lot of spoilers in here, so I do apologize if you don't want to see those spoilers. I will let you know in advance, spoiler alert, and then you can disregard whatever I say afterwards. So, let's take a closer look at the book. The one thing I like about it, first of all, is that it's hardcover, so it'll have a little bit better lasting life for all the pages inside of it. First section we open up, we have the contents, and this features all of the sections of the book. Some sections, have just characters on them for 2 pages. Some of them are, little extra sections. They're nice to put in here, that they have the contents. My page is the happiest one. I'm sure it is, Unikitty. First page we have is the introduction, large picture from the movie featured here, and basically has a small description in the bottom about what's to become of Emmett in the movie. Welcome to Bricksburg is a section that features some of the main residents of Bricksburg, has a couple characters from the minifigure series and from the LEGO Movie theme, with some quotes and some other details. This page features Emmett. It describes what he does, how he lives. There are did you know sections throughout the book, so they provide little factoids here and there, just quick facts about real-world LEGO sets, and some based in the movie by itself. They also feature in here what happens to Emmett, as far as, his mysterious discovery of the piece of resistance. Next page, A Day in the Life of Emmett. Basically, this talks about the instruction book, how to fit in, have everyone like you, and always be happy. This is a book written by President Business, and there are several screenshots from the movie shown throughout the book. Wildstyle has her own 2-page section. This features how she found Emmett, what she's like, and some of her personality. Some characters have these small boxes with some other quick facts about them or the ways that they live. It also features one of the sets down here. What's on in Bricksburg? This features some of the kind of the culture of Bricksburg, what people know about it. That's kind of the ignorant, blissful attitude that they have. Everything is awesome, as dictated by the song as well. There's a section about Where Are My Pants, featuring the Where Are My Pants guy, and tells a little bit about his sitcom show in part of the movie. We also have a section about Taco Tuesday, which is the mysterious doomsday of President Business taking over the entire LEGO universe. Of course, that doesn't say it right there. It just says everyone gets free tacos. Next page has Lord Business. It describes him as Lord Business as well as President Business, so it shows his reputation in the LEGO community as well as his overall goals for destruction. The Octane Tower section shows another screenshot from the movie. You may recognize the relics behind here, and this is actually shown as his private room in the Octane Tower. Describes a little bit of the activities there, some of the workers as robots, and it has another screenshot on the bottom. Bad Cop, Good Cop is described on this page, with one page for Good Cop and the other page for Bad Cop. We also get to see the relation of Ma and Pa Cop. Spoiler alert, these two are his parents, and he has to make a decision for freezing them towards the end of the movie. Now we also have more info about his cop car and his missions. This section features other worlds in the LEGO Movie, including Wild West, Pirates Cove, Vikings Landing, Clown Town, and Middle Zealand. All the different types of themes that are incorporated in the movie, with some of them made as LEGO sets. We also got a screenshot here of Bad Cop holding a wanted poster of Emmett. Virtuvius has this page coming next, and features a little bit more plot about him. When Emmett and Wildstyle go to find Virtuvius, they find him in the Wild West area, no, Old West Saloon. We also get to see what Virtuvius looked like before he was turned blind, and also had a bit of difference in his printing. The next 2 pages are actually turned sideways. This explains the prophecy that Emmett is supposed to follow through, but actually has some factoids in here that say maybe he's not the special. So there we can see what the prophecy looks like. It even has things on the side say Emmett didn't exactly find the piece of resistance. Rather, it found him. It also says here that his face is yellow, but that's not particularly special. So, it has some arguments that might be presented in the movie as to why he would doubt being the special. Batman also has 2 pages for himself, explains some of his character, and explains some of his bat builds, and his relations with Wildstyle. Excuse me. Cloud Cuckoo Land is featured on these pages, along with the set and with some of the screenshots. This is the dog, the big area that we've seen the inside of, in which there is a special announcement. The Master Builders page. These are some of the main Master Builders that do appear in the movie. Some of them are as LEGO sets, and some of them will be featured in the LEGO Movie sets as well. Green Ninja will be reappearing as a LEGO Movie set character in the police dropship. And Johnny Thunder, let me flip this around. Sorry. But Johnny Thunder will also be appearing. This is a new redesign of him. Basically, giving him some pupils and difference of, like, a little bit better color on his torso and a little bit better printing on his face. He will be featured in the dropship as well. Green Lantern is the only figure on these pages that has not been sold as a set. He has only been a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Unikitty is featured on these 2 pages, including her happy and blissful attitude. We also get to see some of her alternate forms. We already know about Business Kitty, but these are some of the upcoming 3 forms for her sets. This one is in Emmett's construction mech, this one is in Metalbeard's Sea Cow, and this one is in Benny's spaceship. I can't say that 3 times fast. Next pages have Lord Business's robot army, explains each of the robots themselves and the micromanagers. We also get a set shown here. This is a police dropship, which we've seen partly in the trailers, and also features, where you can see Johnny Thunder is in this set, because he's being put captive in that cell. The next page is what kind of builder are you? This is kind of a personality quiz where you follow each of the arrows depending on what your answer is, and it lines you up with some of the main characters in the movie. Betty has his own page coming next. Explains a little bit about him. They throw back some of the older spaceship instructions on this side. The think tank. Now, these are not the same exact think tanks that we see in the set. They are larger in the movie, as you can see on this page. So, it explains the evil part of Lord Business's plan about all of the kind of evil layer stuff, including the Craggle. Emmett vs. Batman Love Match. This is a compatibility showing between, you know, which one would be a better suit for Wildstyle. So those of you who like shipping these 2 or these 2, you can have fun with this page. This compares Emmett and Batman on a little rate of, you know, some of their main characteristics. Metalbeard is featured on 2 pages, and it does have a screenshot of the Sea Cow from the movie, shown on the bottom section. Not much of it can be seen here, but we do get a lot of different things about his character. Emmett's big idea. This is a spoiler alert for anyone who's watching. This explains the basic plot that Emmett makes himself, according to the book. This is Emmett's idea of mainly disguising everyone except for Benny and Metalbeard and Vesuvius to get into the tower, disable the lasers, switch the piece of resistance with the battery, and also we get Business Kitty and Batman as Bruce Wayne in disguise to basically stall the weapon from being used, and that way we can, save the world, as it shows on the bottom. The next 2 pages feature the hit song from the movie and the #1 song in Bricksburg, Everything is Awesome. All the lyrics are featured on this page and has a little bit of information. Next up we have Build Your Own Way. This is the near end of the movie. There are spoilers on this page. So, just to let you know that in advance, we don't see Vesuvius at the end. He comes back as a ghost. He actually dies in the towers. I guess in the destruction process of the Craggle. We do get a screenshot here that shows the WildStyle is making a big announcement to try to get citizens of Bricksburg to build their own way and help with the master builders in conquering Lord Business. The next few pages show some of the models we've seen as LEGO movie sets. Basically shows the idea of ordinary citizens and business owners retransforming their models into fighting machines. Battle of the Builds also shows more of those sets and features all different kinds of actions that each of these things can do. The next few pages have some more summer 2014 reveals. This first page has a Benny's Spaceship. This features 3 characters. We can see Astro Kitty, as we mentioned before. There's a new version of WildStyle in blue. And we kind of saw that earlier when we were talking about Emmett's plan. And then we, of course, have a set version of Benny. So that's excellent. Really nice looking vehicle. It's kind of a neo-retro look of some of the older spaceship sets. So I really like how this turned out. The Emmett's construction mech, as I mentioned before, is shown on this page, but it does not show that we get Angry Kitty. Emmett is shown with his own vehicle that he builds too. And he also has one of the Skeletrons in this little bucket area. This is probably one of the largest robot-type vehicles that is made by citizens. I think this one's probably, I would say it's probably a little bit bigger than the fire truck mech that we saw before. Building a Better World. This is kind of the epilogue of the movie. After the climax of all the master builders and all the citizens fighting with the micromanagers, this is a section that happens afterwards, and will be featured towards the end of the movie, of course. It explains how each of them have gone their separate ways. Maybe they haven't, I'm not sure. But what was I gonna say? It shows they have some new learned things from this adventure. Lord Business is no longer evil, but he still likes to wear his suit. As we mentioned before, Vesuvius is a ghost. At the end of the book, we have a behind-the-scenes section that explains in big detail about some of the writers of the LEGO movie, how the process goes for developing characters and models, how the animations are made, and how they made locations for the LEGO movie stuff. One of the big things to note from this section, there's a lot of detail in here if you want to know behind-the-scenes stuff. But one of the big details you might want to know is this small picture in the bottom. Now, I do apologize, I can't really bring it up unless I turn this book around, just the way that my camera is positioned. But you can see in here a lot of different sets and lots of people involved with the LEGO movie process. All the sets on the bottom are all of the sets in the LEGO movie theme. All 13 sets are shown here, most notably the Sea Cow. And look at its size in comparison to the other sets. Now we know this one's over 2,000 pieces, and it's going to be extremely huge, as you can see in comparison from some of the other sets. You can also see in here some of the other ones, such as the police dropship, the spaceship, and the construction mech. Some of the larger sets that we can see being, looks like Lord Business's Evil Lair is not even the tallest, and Emmett's construction mech is, of course, taller than the Rescue Reinforcements fire mech. The last page just has some acknowledgements of major parts in producing this book, as well as the writers and, you know, those finding information about it. Now, I've mentioned this before in a video, but you can see in the bottom portion some of the licensing involved, and one of them is Crazy Glue. So Crazy Glue is not just a fun, you know, spin-off thing that's kind of, you know, kind of mentioned in the movie. It actually is part of the movie. That's the idea of the Craggle, because part of the Crazy Glue is rubbed off and is actually, you know, the glue dispensed, you know, product. So I find that actually a little bit funny to see. And I also find this a little bit funny too. A catalog record for this book is available from the Library of Congress. So this, I guess I think it means just what it means. It means it's in the Library of Congress as a book, which is, again, a funny concept to me just because of the type of book that this is, you know, being a kid's book, you know, based on the movie. We also got another picture on the back that shows the sea cow at large, and I believe this is also the same version used in the movie. I'm not sure. It's a pretty large version compared to the Lego minifigures. So, I'm not too... Maybe it's slightly sized down, because this one seems pretty big. We also have the double-decker couch on the side. So then we have the Lego Movie book. This is the Lego Movie Essential Guide. I want to thank Just Too Good Eurobricks for making a video about this book. He somewhat reviewed it, but he went through mainly just pointing out the spoilers and summer wave stuff that we would find, such as minifigures. Some of those things we went over, but we also went through more of the spoilers in the book. If you want to know more details about it, you can check it out in different stores. You can just, you know, pick it up, read a little bit of it. I did that before picking up this book, or getting it, should I say, as my birthday gift. So it was actually fun to read through. It still has a lot more that I have yet to read. I'm excited for the Lego Movie. I'm definitely at a better understanding of the Lego Movie through this book. So I'm very happy that this book cleared up some information about, you know, some of the scenery and background. And, you know, you'll probably see me make some kind of analysis video after seeing the movie. Not just as a, you know, a review of some sort, but as an actual in-depth analysis. I want to try to make it, but I don't want to make it too long for you guys either. But I really, really am looking forward to this movie. It's got a lot to offer for kids and adults. Very adult themes mentioned in this movie, so I do appreciate Lego's, you know, able to tie in with both generations, you know, young and old, to make this a remarkable movie. So, I mentioned before this was $13. It's actually a good price point for it, considering the kind of detail that you get in the book and all the high-res pictures of even new sets. So if you want to check it out, feel free to look in your local stores that has this book available. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time with more reviews.